Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for coming on and watching Cooper's Thai Adventure live stream Up Money Matters Mondays with myself, Cooper, and my good friend and trusty sidekick, Mr. Brooke Schneider.
Got it right.
Welcome back, Mr. Brooke Schneider.
And
And
here,
yeah, we got a whopper of one for you today. But before I get into today's video stream, and what it's all about, what's going on, and all the rumors that are flying all over social media going absolutely crazy about MicroStrategy. We have a little bit of news about Thailand and crypto. So we're going to put that out first. And the Thai government has passed a law that you can cash out your crypto here in Thailand, zero capital gains tax for the next 5 years. So till
nice.
2030, you can buy crypto, you can trade crypto, you can sell crypto, zero capital gains tax for the next 5 years. Fantastic. There you go. There's a crypto update for you here in Thailand. Now let's get up and started with today's show. And one of our favorite people that we like watching on the news is Tommy from Fundstrat.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee from Fundstrat. And he had a very interesting interview with a female YouTuber.
Yes.
But goes by the name of...
Shit. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's one of those, you know. Oh, Jesus. Natalie Brunel.
Correct. Natalie. And
he didn't remember.
Yes, I did. Waiting for you, bud. But anyways, he had an interview with Natalie Brunel. And they were talking about Bitcoin and the US government. And the US government wants to acquire 1 million Bitcoin. Problem is, there's not 1 million Bitcoin available to buy right now.
And if they tried to, say, on the open market, you know, it's every time the price is going to go through the roof.
Yes.
And they're competing against themselves, really, you know, as well as anybody else wanted. But
so she asked him, okay, well, how is the US government going to acquire the 1 million Bitcoin that they want to acquire over the next 5 years? He said, there's only one way they can do it. And that is buy out MicroStrategy.
Grab maybe by that time 700,000 coins. They already got 200 on the books. So there's your 900. So it's a lot easier going to 1 million from 900 than from 200.
Correct. And she said, well, the shareholders wouldn't like it. And he came back and said, well, actually, the shareholders would love it because they would have to buy it at fair market value, which will value MicroStrategy's share at $3,000 per share.
Well, not really. Now,
that's what he said.
You
watched the video too.
He thinks the price they'd have to offer would be 3,000. On the books, it's nowhere near that in value, but that's dollar for dollar. So, you know, no shareholder's going to sell there at the cost base, you know, what it's at. They're going to want a premium. And that's what he figures the premium would have to be to attract the shareholders to sell.
Right.
So that's a pretty good return. That's like a 7.5x at the current $400 price.
Exactly.
Yeah. How long would that be? Here's the interesting thing. I think the way Bitcoin's going and the government is running, you know, they're positive on Bitcoin. It's going to be sooner than later.
I do.
Yeah. And what do I mean by that? I'm not talking 2 to 5 years. I'm talking 2 to 5 months. I could see it.
Yeah.
Now, okay, what's the possibilities? I will just say a good expression I heard. It's a non-zero possibility.
Yeah, not zero. Yes,
non-zero. Yeah.
But here's the thing. You and I, full disclosure, are MicroStrategy shareholders. And if the government wanted to acquire MicroStrategy, there would have to be negotiations, and the shareholders would have to have a vote on it. So you and I being shareholders, we would get votes, be able to vote on it. I don't know any MicroStrategy shareholder out there currently that's at $400 a share current price that would say no to $3,000 a share?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd be sell.
How this relates, guys, just bear with us. A lot of us are into MISTY, including you and I.
Yes.
A lot of the subscribers, the people that follow this channel, are into Yield Max, specifically MISTY, as well as Alti and others. And that we'll get to how that would affect, in my opinion, MISTY going forward.
Important question. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll cover that, not to worry. But currently, if this idea that's been proffered out there now, James Invest Answers, we follow religiously. We've recommended that you to subscribers to do that as well. Today's video, there was a question asked at the end, and James addressed it about this very idea.
Mm-hmm.
How could the government get it? Well, there's a second guy saying that. Well, by MicroStrategy, you know. They're the only ones with a big enough bag to get the US to a position where they'd be close to their million coins, let's say. And why would they do that? Well, they obviously have faith in Bitcoin. Is that true? Well, hang on. Pretty well everybody in the administration is pro Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know, you went from Biden, who was anti everything crypto related, to a total 360 to administration now that is pro Bitcoin and other cryptos possibly, but Bitcoin is the big one, and they're focused on that. And I think a big part is the smart heads that are in there realize, hey, this can be the way out of their debt dilemma that's about to come with this US debt, you know, which is worldwide. But yeah, so it's a non-zero event, guys. And, you know, we'll cover how best to hedge yourselves with that. Yeah.
Now, if the US government wanted to buy MicroStrategy and say they were offering $3,000 a share to buy the company, how much would they pay to buy the company? You worked out the maths, didn't you?
Yeah, it was 800 and some billion only.
So under
$1 trillion, and they're spending $1 trillion every what, 2 months?
roughly
You know?
every 2 months.
2 to 3, yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
every 2.5 months they're spending $1 trillion.
Yeah.
The US government. So they could feasibly do it.
I think they could easily do it.
Yeah.
How? You just go ahead and issue treasuries, which they're doing constantly. But these treasuries are backed by Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So they're going to be jumping up and down to buy it.
Yeah.
And you had a point too. They could revalue their gold reserves.
Yes.
And say, hey, we've got this much equity now, because, you know, I think it's still on the books at some old value, like under $100.
It is.
An ounce.
Yeah.
You know, and it's over, what is it, close to
3,000, over 3,000.
Yeah, over 3,000 now. So, you know, there's more than one way they could obtain easily the financing to do this. And man, it would be a shock. So,
and you suggested Bitcoin-backed bonds.
Yeah.
And then I threw back at you, well, they could do it with the tariffs, the income they're getting from the tariffs. They could buy it.
Yeah.
You know, so there's several ways they can do it without costing the U.S. taxpayer a penny.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know, would you be happy? Are you a MicroStrategy shareholder like Brooke and I? Would you be happy if the U.S. government came in and said, we want to buy MicroStrategy, we want to pay the shareholders $3,000 a share?
Yeah.
Would you guys be happy? Now, moving on to point 2. How would that affect the MISTY shareholders such as you and I?
From the research I've done on that, I think you'd initially have a spike in MISTY. Now, okay, you got a time frame here. You know, we're sitting now with nothing, no offer.
Right.
If an offer comes in, I think people, oh, Jesus, everything's going up. You know, Bitcoin's going to jump, it's going to pull micro with it, which it already had. The offer's there. What's happening to MISTY? Initially, MISTY would run up, in my opinion. Now, jumping ahead, when the shares got acquired, if they did, by the government, you have no more MicroStrategy on the market. Therefore, there's no more options, premiums to generate these payments we get, because there's no more MicroStrategy listed. So there'd be a net asset value of the funds that are at that time on the books, and everyone would get that according to the amount of shares they own. which is probably because the net asset value tracks pretty well daily, weekly there.
Correct.
So you're going to get whatever the share price is at that date. If I saw this coming down the pipe and happening, I'd probably, when that jump initially starts, probably the first day or two, you might want to exit the position and reallocate into things like Alti
Yes.
or other stocks that aren't going to get the big premium from the government, let's say. And there's lots in there. The Yield Max has a lot of ETF funds in that. And now James had an interesting discussion on Yield Max. That's another reason to watch him today, guys. It was a great video today, about 50 minutes. James put out Invest Answers, covered MicroStrategy, Tesla, Yield Max. He mentioned he's not a big believer in Yield Max funds, but then he's in a different category. Not that they're bad. He just doesn't need that monthly check. And he thinks you're better to have that money you've invested into Tesla, into Bitcoin, into MicroStrategy for long term. Well, in the long term, we're all dead.
Exactly.
I'd like a nice live until that point comes.
Yeah.
And, you might make 100% on your money in those other ones. Well, maybe I'm only making 60% a year return on MISTY. That's okay. I'll take it, so.
Because you're getting that monthly paycheck. You're seeing it right now rather than waiting 5 years.
Yeah. And who knows what happens in 5 years if we're even around. So I think I understand James' viewpoint on a strict investment basis return, but I'm willing to take less return with the certainty that I have a monthly income check.
Yeah.
Right? And, so anyways, that's just my view. And that's what
Now, I believe if the US government wanted to acquire MicroStrategy, you're absolutely correct. It would make MISTY spike big time because everybody would want to be jumping into MicroStrategy quick. It's like the price is shooting up $700-800. It's like quick buy because it's going to 3,000, so everybody would want to jump in. What's that going to do to the volatility of MicroStrategy? Send it through the roof. And what's it going to do to volatility of MISTY? Send that through to the roof as well, because their synthetics are going to be making super bank. Doesn't matter whether all their calls get blown out. That doesn't matter at all. When they're synthetics and they're holding over 100,000 calls options on their synthetics, they're going to go crazy.
Well, yeah, but hang on now. That the synthetics will cover the upside from the calls that they've sold. So they're going to make their money on the calls, but that's about it. They're not going to participate in the 3,000 share price.
No.
So, but when they rewrite the week after that, they're writing premiums on 3,100 calls, price.
Yeah.
And, they'll have a lot less of them, but the premiums will be pretty damn good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I don't think I'm going to stick around to see that necessarily. I think I'll probably, get out of that position, flip it into something like Alti or, Palantir, Platy, other ones that have. So
I would stick around for a couple months because if the government's going to buy it, it's going to take a couple months for it to go through. Okay. First off, they have to get it set up. Who's going to hold the keys? Is the Fed going to hold the keys? Where is they going to store the Bitcoin? There's all these things that are involved. It's not just straightforward buy, sell, from MicroStrategy to sell, government to buy. It's not that straightforward. I think it'll take a couple months for the whole thing to go through, to be finalized. And during that time, you can make some fantastic money on MISTY and then look at getting out of your position.
Yeah, like that's pretty well foreseeing the future, you might say. But I could see MISTY like doing a quick spike and then maybe tread and then slowly drop, because eventually when the shares are off the market in MicroStrategy, there's no more MISTY available to earn income. You'll still have your value. What they'll be sitting on, Yield Max will be sitting on a ton of cash. And what it is, it's all the assets under management converted to dollars.
Yeah.
They're just not paying a weekly on that because they ain't making any money on it. So they got a whack of money. Guess what? It's shareholder money. You'll get your money back, whatever that net asset value per share is at the time. Currently, it's what, 18 and some dollars, maybe 19 now on Misty.
But I can see Yield Max then switching to another Bitcoin backed one.
Recommended of some sort, yeah.
Like 21 shares.
Yeah.
Jack
yeah.
Mullers, who wants to be the next MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
So they'll just go on their volatility instead. And it's still a MicroStrategy like company.
Yeah.
And they promise they're going to be doing the same, buying Bitcoin every single week forever. You know, that's what they want to do as well. So I don't think it'll be the end of Misty per se. I just think they'll switch from MicroStrategy maybe over to BlackRock, a bit more steady volatility.
They'll look for products that can pay a weekly or monthly yield in the options market. So we'll see what happens. The last thing I would say, because I'm a Misty holder. Jesus, how can I hedge myself should that occur? And I worked out if I buy 10 shares of MicroStrategy currently priced, that should cover about 1,000 shares of my Misty. Should it do nothing?
Yeah.
Misty, that is. You know what I mean? And I'll participate. In other words, if I only got my money back, those 10 shares have more than paid whatever premium or dividends I would have got back from Misty. If the Misty price, and I'm in at 23 and change, even if it never got there, I'm happy with the 10 share price increase, right?
Yeah.
So that could be a hedge for you guys. If you got, some of the subscribers have 10,000 shares of Misty.
Yep.
Hey, go buy 100 shares. You can afford it of MicroStrategy. And if should that occurrence happen where the U.S. jumped in, you're covered. You got your, your 100 shares. So.
Yeah. So let's get started on today's show and see what everybody thinks in the comments.
Tekken says, hey, I'm first. Hello, CBD. Counting down the days. September 3rd can't come soon enough. You'll love it in Thailand,
not long,
guys.
And guess what happens on September 1st? We find out if MicroStrategy got accepted in the S&P 500.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Which is what I'm betting on. Which is why I sold my Tesla shares to buy MicroStrategy, because I think there's a big spike coming up.
Well, that could be a short-lived introduction to the S&P. If the government bought MicroStrategy, they'd be back out. So maybe we'll see. What a sale. Happy day from Corpus Christi, Texas. Nice area to the CBD gang. Looking forward to an update on the markets after last week's wild ride. Thanks for all you do. Saw the restaurant video. Looked amazing. We're going there today.
We're going there for brunch today. We'll be there at 11 o'clock. You're coming with us this time. Fasting finished?
Well, I'm going to eat. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a yes.
Yeah. And it was a wild ride. Bitcoin was like 116, then it was 117, then it dropped to 115, and it just sort of stayed dead all week. Woke up this morning, Bitcoin's at 119,300.
Nice.
When I woke up.
Nice.
Let's see what it is now, guys. Just to do an update on the stock market for y'all. So I know you guys are all invested like we are, and everything's gone up. There you go, 119,084. So still hovering around that 119 mark. Everything is doing very well. Ethereum, can you believe it? Ethereum is way up.
It's getting pushed. Yeah,
it's getting pushed by Tommy Lee.
Yeah,
he's the biggest holder in Ethereum right now.
Well, he runs a company that's big into it.
He wants to be the MicroStrategy of Ethereum.
Yeah.
So that's what he's aiming for.
She asked him in the interview. It's a good interview, guys. It's only 12 minutes, the one. And it's the one with Tommy Lee and Natalie Brunell, and something about Trump says oil or Bitcoin's the new oil. And that's where this idea of the government getting into it. But she asked Tommy at the end, so Tommy, if you had to pick only one, would it be Bitcoin or Ethereum? Well, he can't say Bitcoin because he's got the Ethereum, like he's the big spokesman for Ethereum.
Right.
Well, that's a tough question. You'd want to be diversified. You'd want two. It'd be Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know what I mean? He got out of it.
Yeah. And speaking of ETH, it's at $4,200 right now as we speak. So
I'd be flipping that into Solana.
And Solana looks like it's going to be pumping soon.
Solana 180 is still a buy, guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And XRP is even up. But again, I got very little, if any, faith in that. So Maybe keep 100 coins only and put the rest in the Solana. Craig Mitchum says the con man Trump and his coin will make him billions. It's been the plan. I don't care.
Trump coin.
Yeah.
Don't really care about it.
No, I don't follow it and I don't care
I never
about it.
bought any, never
Yeah.
will. No,
No.
I'm Bitcoin diehard.
Blakester Drums, good day from Virginia Beach. 73 days till touchdown. Yeah, a lot of guys are coming. Hey,
Yeah.
that's good. 2 weeks in Pattaya to convince my mom to retire there with me. She'll probably like Johnson better than Pattaya, Blakester.
Yeah.
Positive vibes directed to her. Welcome. Let's make some cash.
There you go.
Get mama into some of these yield max.
And
You'll
tell her
get a monthly check.
you can cash it out over here tax free. There you go. She'll love that. And thank you to Blakester and Tekken for being channel members with a badge next to their name. Much
Nice.
appreciated.
Yep. Michael Villa, have a great show, guys. Press that like button, make Darlene smile, and let's raise crypto.
And the process, yes, please.
Yeah.
If you love crypto, give us a thumbs up.
Captain Action, hit that like button, make Darlene smile.
Yes,
Tim
please.
Call us. Yes, buddy, let's go.
And thank you, Captain Action, for being a channel member too.
Michael Villa, obviously the U.S. owns Bitcoin. Yeah, apparently 200,000. It's been verified, I believe. Trump's an investor. Also, MicroStrategy. Yep.
And I think it was one of the Trump kids put on X just last week, buy Bitcoin now. So something's happening in the background. Something is definitely brewing.
When maybe people say, well, you're too early. What are you talking about? Well, hang on. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of smoke now swirling around MicroStrategy, the U.S. government's Bitcoin strategic Bitcoin reserve.
Yeah.
You know, and again, where there's smoke, there's fire. So one thing I'm doing differently is I have a fair bit of MicroStrategy, but I hedged it with call options. The problem is, now luckily, most of them expire next Friday. I'm not going to rewrite options on these because I wouldn't participate above that my option price. If it did, I mean, maybe the offer starts at 2,000 a share, but 3,000 is probably where it would end up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't participate in that when you have options on your MicroStrategy. So
at like $600-700 a share price.
Yeah. Some are at 8.
It'll blow through that.
Yeah, blow big time. No, well, okay. I get my 8. I'm happy. Doubled my money, but you didn't get the big one. So
yeah,
you be careful of that if you're doing in the options on your micro. Nomad Jack, good morning, CBD gang. Have a great Crypto Monday.
And thank you, Jack and Pinky, for joining us on today's live stream and for being a channel member. Much appreciated.
Vegas Chris, greetings, CBD and gang. Thinking this might be the best August we've had in crypto ever. Still 3 more solid weeks and 90% of a rate cut possibility in September.
Correct.
Gonna be great by the end of the year. Yeah, they need to cut the rates.
And I think it, who was it that said on Squawk Box this week, they're predicting 3 to 4 rate cuts this year.
Well, more than one. I think more than one.
Yeah. Some big hedge fund out there said they're predicting 3 to 4 rate cuts.
Yeah.
Starting the first one next month in September.
Yeah, it's not a question of if, it's how much.
Exactly.
We know when. Aussie T, good day from Australia. Happy Monday to all in the chat.
And good morning, Aussie T.
There's some nice beers there. Vegas Chris, I may have to retire in the land of smiles a little sooner.
There
well,
you
if you're
go.
on MicroStrategy, you might be able to, boys.
And I think this is a very strong possibility they may be doing that. I have to be honest, folks. Brooke and I had a 10-minute conversation about it this morning out on my balcony before we started the live stream. And we were like, this is a strong possibility they may do it. Because they're not going to acquire 1 million Bitcoin any other way.
No.
Without sending Bitcoin price over $1 million a coin.
Yeah. So they're bidding against themselves, really. So.
Yeah. And then you have to look at sovereign wealth funds around the world. If the U.S. government was to do this, how would the other sovereign wealth funds compete? Well, you'd have places like Abu Dhabi, for example. They'd be looking at companies to do the same thing, do the same play as America did. So what could they do? Well, they can maybe buy Mara that holds 50,000 Bitcoin, you know, and build their bags up that way with a big chunk to start with.
There's miners that own,
would sell.
and the interesting thing, Tesla is right up there. I think they got
One of the biggest Bitcoin holders.
yeah,
Yeah.
11,000 or 19,000. Let's go back and check. It's been a while, but
Mm.
pretty big bag holder in Tesla alone, and that's another topic we should hit sometime.
Mm.
Rick Price, how about that Tom Lee and BMNR? He created an Ethereum treasury
Mm-hmm.
in BMNR, similar to how Saylor has done with MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. That's why Tommy is pumping this Ethereum treasury.
Yeah.
Is because he's basically in charge of it, and he's selling his bag. But Ethereum, I mean, it's not to say it doesn't have use cases, but Solana is the one that way outperforms Ethereum.
It's the fastest chain out there.
And in relation to the value, it's way undervalued in relation to Ethereum. So you might want to do a bit of a trade on that or hedge, say. Michael Avila, also not sure the government can own a business. I think
they can. They did it before with gold.
Yeah, it's what would happen, Michael? They're not going to take over the business.
No,
like
they're just going to buy the Bitcoin.
That software business says, "Hey, yeah, you just keep that. We don't care about that." They're after the bag of Bitcoin, so they'll transfer. What will happen if they bought the shares at that? They'd actually cancel the shares.
Yeah,
and take the Bitcoin, put it in their, as you said, their treasuries.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wallets.
So they wouldn't own MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy would be no more.
Yeah.
They'd just be buying the Bitcoin that MicroStrategy holds and paying out the shareholders.
Yeah. Richard
There's
Duggar,
Bubba,
aka Bubba. Hello, everyone from Alabama. Everyone hit that like button for Darlene and the guys. Maybe we will get a good Misty payment this time.
Yeah, well, Misty's not doing too bad. We're 2 weeks in on this payment schedule. And they're sitting at 80 cents per share.
Currently.
Okay. Now, with Bitcoin, there you go. It's up $200 since we started the live stream. Nice. So it's at 119,227 right now. If Bitcoin holds this at market opening, you can see a big spike in MicroStrategy and Misty. You should see it because it closed on the market at 116. So it's $3,000 up.
I got you.
Yeah. So there's going to be a spike in both of them. As a matter of fact, I can check the pre-market for you guys right now. Go ahead, Brooke.
Well, if so, they've got 80 cents earned in the first 2 weeks of the cycle. There's 4 weeks every cycle. If they can do just the same amount in the next 2 weeks, there's $1.60 they earn. So yeah, they probably would issue a pretty good payment out of that. Definitely better than the 118 last month. But as I said to Coop and everyone else, even if they only pay $1 a cycle, that's $13 a year, and if the stock's at 20, that's like 65% return on your money, guys. And that's only at $1, and it probably will average a lot more than that.
Yeah. And MicroStrategy on the pre-market is up 2.45%, which equates to $9.69 up. That's a good spike up. And Misty, for all you mystifiers out there, is up 1.98%. So following at 70% ratio there at 36 cents.
Good
up. So good
Better
for the Misty guys. And then in full disclosure, I bought my first Ulti on Friday.
Well done.
And that's up as well. So that's up 0.5%, 3 cents.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
There. Yep. So
and you're averaging about 10 cents a week on Ulti.
So
even though it's up 3, you're still, even like I always say, well, what's it cost me to get in at the price it's currently at? 3 cents from last Friday. That's only 7 cents you'd get on, net. But, and then after that, it's every week. So good. Rick Price, BMNR went up 24% on Friday.
Yes.
Still trying to figure out why it jumped all of a sudden. Manipulation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Live and learn with Mike. Good morning, DJ Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Black Ops. Morning, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Morning, Big Al.
Good morning, Big Al. Thank you very much.
Roger Walker. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. Hit that thumbs up button. Make Darlene a smile.
Yes, please. If you're watching on the live stream, it's free. Put a thumbs up. And if you're new to our live stream, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. All you have to do is wait 1 minute, 60 seconds. We'll put it on the bare minimum setting so everybody can put their comments in, and we will read them out live on air, and we'll stay on until the last comment is read. That's our promise to you. And Nadal Jamil became our newest channel member and now has the badge next to his name. Thank you, Nadal, helping to support the channel for only $2 a month.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Richard Woolley, good morning, tubers.
Good morning, Richard.
Hello, tubers. Scotty Caswell, good morning, CBD, and the rest of the Coop troop.
Good morning, Scotty.
Mike D, hey, Coop, Brooke, and tubers. Hope all is well in the land of smiles.
It is.
It is great here.
And thank you, Mike, for being a channel member. See you soon,
Weather's ideal. Pools are great. Roger Carpenter, good morning, Misty, Coop, and Bitcoin Brooke. Hello to everyone watching.
And thank you, Roger, for being a channel member and coming on and joining us.
Malcolm Hawkins, that name rings a bell, doesn't
yes.
it? And the lovely Katea. Good day, Team Coops and Captain Bitcoin.
Good morning to you, Mao.
Nilux Illuminatus. Good morning, everyone.
Illuminatus.
Illuminatus.
There you go.
It's Greek.
And say hello to Katea for us, please, Mao.
Yeah. Walk ATM. Aloha and Mubahai, y'all.
And aloha to you, too.
Johnny Poulos. No, there's a South Sydney boy. Good day, CBD viewers and Malakas. Hope everyone is well.
And do you know what Mabuhay means? From Walk ATM? That's hello in Tagalog, Filipino.
Yeah, there you go. And Tommy Lee, do you know what a Malacca is?
No.
That's what Johnny is, a Malacca.
What's a Malacca? Is it a derogatory term?
No, it's a stooge.
Okay.
And he is a member of the Three Stooges.
Gotcha.
Tommy Lee, the Tominator. Good morning, Cooper, Brooke, Darlene, and Coopersville. Can you believe it's over 45 waiting for the start of this video? Wowzer.
Our Money Matters Monday is becoming popular.
Dedicated investors now. And it's not financial advice. It's the stuff we do, we believe in.
I need to change the banner. Thank you for reminding me, Brooke.
Why?
Because I got the wrong banner up. There we go. There we go.
1, 2, 3. It's Mr. JD says, hey, Coop and the gang, all in on Alti. Yeah, ULTY, boys. I like Alti. My nephew's coming over. I got him pretty heavy into it. It's diversified. There's about 5% of that in the MicroStrategy, but you know, it's Palantir, Robinhood, Coinbase. I believe Nvidia's in there, you know, quite often. So a lot of the underlying stocks I like, and they're all high volatility. So the payments and the history of the payments is good.
90 cents.
Yeah.
Since I think it was March when they changed their strategy around on it.
Sure.
And got rid of the crap ones and then just filled it with ones that are going to give them a better rate of return.
Yeah. Now, like anything else, guys, you want to do your research. So sure, we'll point out ideas. That's all they are. Usually ones we've done. So, you know, that's why we like them. But you need to do your own research on these. And the reason I say that, I have mentioned Alti and MISTY and options and Bitcoin over the years, you know, the various different things at different times. And it's surprising how many people now, Brooke, I started looking into that research on Alti and MISTY. Jesus, there's something there. And he went back and looked at the history of the payments and the returns compared to what people get. And listen, there's still a lot of people in, you know, money market funds paying 2%. Oh, we've got, you know, GICs, they pay 3.5%. They think they're doing great. Well, the inflation's, if you ain't making 14%, you're going back.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's why you want to look at these options, guys. But again, do your own research and
talk of something else that's going up. Bitcoin, it's on a tearaway, 119,797. Are we going to hit 120 today during the live stream?
They're watching.
Yeah, they're
watching our live stream. We got to get in.
Hey, Cooper's on a point there. Yeah, maybe MicroStrategy is going to be bought out by the U.S. government, and everybody's going to become fabulously wealthy.
Yeah. Captain Action, Henry from Tampa. Here's a joke. What's the difference between SpaceX and Bitcoin? SpaceX will actually return to Earth after takeoff.
Bitcoin's going to the moon.
To the moon. To the moon, Alice. Who said that? To the moon, Alice.
Oh, God. Pass. Archie?
No. It was the Honeymooners.
Oh, the Honeymooners. Okay, that's close.
Jackie Gleason. Mr. Nut with his Texas humor. Good morning, CBD and fellow tubers. I hope today's information helps to fill our bags. Yep.
Yeah, I think we're on a positive trend now. And from now to the end of the year, it's going to be very, very exciting.
Now, apparently, Robert has met a very nice lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's always on date night.
Is he?
And he's only been here, what, a month?
Not even.
Slow down, buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Playboy.
No, I think he found a good one.
Yeah. And so well done, Robert. And thank you, Captain Action, for being a channel member.
Substacks. Hello, CBD.
And hello, Substacks.
Vegas Chris, I have some MicroStrategy. Well done. And would have to give it some serious thought before I voted for a 7x cash out.
Serious thought? I doubt it. It'd take you about 2 seconds and you'd say, sell, sell, sell. Because you think about it. If you had one Bitcoin value in MicroStrategy and they were going to do a 7x and the government was going to, take over the Bitcoin from the company. And, well, guess what? You now have 7 Bitcoin instead of 1. That's the way to look at it, folks. You could say change that 1 into 4 Bitcoin and then take the other 3 as profits, life-changing chips on the table.
No, I think your math is not.
If it did a 7x.
Look, if this offer ever came in, whatever it would be, 2,000, 3,000, you would see Bitcoin start to jump dramatically. Okay, so it's going to cost you more to get into Bitcoin with the money you receive for your micro.
I think Bitcoin would jump, but I don't think it would jump by that far. And here's my reasoning why I disagree with Brooke on this. Because the amount of Bitcoin that's for sale right now, if the US government acquired MicroStrategy and bought their Bitcoin, which is over 600,000 Bitcoin, and paid the shareholders out $3,000 a share, I think Bitcoin would go up, but it wouldn't go up that much because there's still the same amount of Bitcoin available to buy. That dynamic has not changed, Brooke.
Yeah.
So I could see Bitcoin going from, say, 120 to 200,000. Okay, there'd be people buying in, excited. Okay, the U.S. government's bought it, and I could see it going to 200,000. But can I see it jumping to 500,000? The only way I see that happening is if the U.S. government was buying it off the exchanges or the OTC desks.
Yeah.
Then there's less supply, hence more demand, hence the price would go to 500,000. If they're buying MicroStrategy outright, there's the amount of Bitcoin that's for sale when they buy it is still going to be the same amount.
You're going to get
before they bought it.
You're going to get a premium over what Bitcoin would be trading at. That's the only way the government's going to get MicroStrategy. This is all a scenario. We're just, but what you would do, in my opinion, if it did go through, is immediately take that premium over and above by the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So you'd actually get, more than what the price, what you held in MicroStrategy equivalent. But Vegas Chris, just to answer this, in my opinion, because I looked at that, would there be shareholders that said, nah, I want to hold my micro, it's going even further? 35% of the shares of MicroStrategy are held by 10 companies or people.
Yeah.
And Michael Saylor's the biggest. I'm sure he would take it. And these companies like Fidelity, Vanguard, BlackRock, when they get a 7x at the current price, and keep in mind, their cost base is probably a lot less on MicroStrategy. They could be getting a 20x or 15, whatever. They got the 10 share for 1 splits. Most of these guys, they're long-term holders, is my point. When they can see that type of return, let's even call it a 7x. If they can do that, they're going to say, oh yeah, we're voting.
Yeah, exactly.
And why? There's always something on sale, and they're going to just sell that bag and get into the next one.
Exactly.
And they're so diversified, these companies, when they see that type of return, and they basically control it. When you got 35% and the head shareholder saying, yep, that pulls a lot of the other ones with them. So
yeah, and if I mean, I will be even when this happens, every shareholder gets a vote. I will be on the side of definitely sell.
So we'll sell this. Yeah,
definitely sell the company and make 7x return on my money. I get 7x more Bitcoin. I'm more than happy.
Yeah,
so exactly.
Anyways, speculation. We'll see. David Pipe, I just asked ChatGPT how likely it is that the U.S. government will acquire MicroStrategy. Computer says no. Okay, well, it's as Tommy Lee refers to it. He sits there and he goes like this with his hands.
Yeah, I like it.
Interesting question. It's like a war game. How would we proceed? Well, and then he starts talking about $3,000 a share would, probably do it, and they would acquire the, 600, 700,000. So interesting. Watch it.
I agree with them. I think that's the only way America is going to get to 1 million Bitcoin. Yeah. The U.S. government, that is.
Shannon Mack, do you think it's too late to invest in Bitcoin?
No.
Hell no. Buy all you can. It's on sale. Look at it. It's 119. It's on sale.
780.
You know where it's going to be 6 months from now? A hell of a lot more, in my opinion. I mean, at 118, I'd never be able to own one share. Well, one coin.
Yeah.
That is. Okay, you don't need to.
What you buy Satoshis.
Yeah.
Part of a Bitcoin.
Listen, start small, slow and steady will win the race. I mean, I bought 47 shares of iBit there a couple weeks back just because, okay, it's time to start that bag, and you slowly build in that bag. And if it's at, 150,000 a share, or sorry, a coin, I'm still going to be buying iBit shares to slowly build that. Because in 5 and 10 years, sky's the limit on Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she says, so I'd make what dollars compared to investing in something more attainable like Solana?
Well, so you're doing, it's an either or. Should I do Bitcoin or Solana? I think Solana currently at the price it is maybe going to be more like better for, a big gain, So yeah, that's a tough one. I would say, to be honest with you, you should put a little bit into Bitcoin constantly, and then Solana is kind of like to play with. But I can see Solana doing well. So
I can,
yeah.
But I have to ask myself, what's going to be here in 10 more years? What's the likelihood of Bitcoin versus Solana going to be here in 10 more years? I'm betting odds would be on Bitcoin.
Okay, so currently, and Coops brought up a point that worthwhile looking into. I think the possibility that Solana could outperform Bitcoin is good
in the short term.
Well, yeah, short to medium. Now, there's never going to be another Bitcoin, so that's the one certainty we have there. They can try if they want; they ain't going to get this adoption, okay, and value. Solana, with technology, there could be something better come along. Like Ethereum used to be the king, and then Solana came along, and all of a sudden, look out, all the volume and transactions and money earned on the chains are on Solana. So, but if something came along to kill Solana, well, the category killer, then yeah, you'd be SOL, I guess.
Yeah.
Not Solana. Shit out of luck. Terry Fallon, hello guys, and Miss Darlene, great to see you. And yes, my wife just bought some more stuff. I think my wife and Darlene could be best friends. They would be.
Yeah, and Jackie and all the other girls out here that like to buy stuff.
Lots of stuff to buy in
thank you,
Thailand,
Terry, for being a channel member.
Cheap. Tommy Lee, the Terminator, Misty upsides is capped. Yeah, and a buyout like
on
that.
On the synthetics, yeah.
Yeah, on a buyout like that, it would be capped. So Bitcoin, would skyrocket, I think, with
MicroStrategy.
MicroStrategy obviously would go up at least to that level. I'm pretty sure, it'd be interesting if, usually on these takeover bids, they're by private companies. When you got the U.S. government, well, that's, you might have the stock go to 3,100 if it's a 3,000 price. You might have it go to 29.
Yeah.
Because they got the money, so it'd be interesting. But hey, that's speculation.
And I could say what would happen to Misty. I'd say I would put a price range of somewhere between $25 and $30 per share.
Yeah.
I don't think it would go up to 40 or 50 because everybody knows that in 2-3 months, MicroStrategy is not going to be there anymore. I think it'll drive it up initially, like you said. There'll be that spike. I think that spike price range will be between somewhere in 25 and 30. I'll do my bear case on there. Bull case, okay, maybe it goes to $50. Who knows? but I would be very skeptical and want to be looking to get out somewhere between that price range.
Or the other, I'm yeah. So to hedge,
Mm.
I had said that earlier. In my rough calculations, back of the napkin, you do your own research. If you bought 10 shares of MicroStrategy, even at the current price,
Mm-hmm.
that should hedge you enough that your gains on MISTY, at least you ain't losing on MISTY, and you're replacing that MISTY income.
Yeah.
Probably cover you for a year or two payments till you decide. But so yeah, if you had 2, 3, 4,000 just by 10 shares for every 1,000 shares of MISTY, and you probably hedged yourself quite well.
Yeah.
Terry Fallon, Brooks, 80% off
on
on sale.
On
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
TM, hi guys from sweaty Scottsdale. My favorite live show of the week. I miss Patia already. A lot of people miss not being here.
Yeah.
And they'll come on the live stream or, on the Facebook page and say,
To get their
dude.
weekly fix of
Yep.
Thailand.
You both should research NVII and MAGY this week. All right, we'll take a look maybe. Great weekly dollars. Okay, buying some more this week along with MISTY and Hui. Well, there's like
Hui's a good one.
MISTY's the only one of those four that I have researched. But yeah. Hang on, I want to take a screenshot of that so I get something to look into here.
Yeah, go ahead. No problem.
Come on.
And Bitcoin's at 119,770. Still hanging in there nicely.
Okay, I got it.
Got it?
Yep.
Moving on along.
Robert Pierpont, never in a million years is the government buying MicroStrategy, and you can take that to the bank.
Okay, well.
Oh, I don't know, Robert.
I wouldn't want to be a betting man in that scenario right now, Robert.
I would take the other side of that bet, Robert. I would say there's a better chance they would than they wouldn't. Yeah. Now, hang on. That's assuming what they've said about getting to this treasury. Number one, they got to institute a strategic Bitcoin reserve or treasury, say.
Treasury. And they already got the reserve.
Yeah. So they got to do that. And secondly, their million coin thing is an idea now. Maybe they're happy with their 200,000 and they leave it at that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, when I saw the interview with the crypto czar from the government's administration, and they asked him about buying 1 million Bitcoin, he said, we want to buy as much as we can.
Yeah.
So indicating they want to buy more than 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing on that point, Robert, a lot of times, there's a lot of FUD out there. But I tell you, that Tommy Lee, I do respect that fella. Followed them for years. And this James Invest Answers, I respect even more. And I followed him even longer.
Yeah.
And when they both come up with that idea, let's say, geez, where there's smoke, there's fire. You never say never. So anyways, we'll see.
Yeah. So I would give the chance of the U.S. government acquiring MicroStrategy at 50-50 odds right now.
That might be a little high, but it's a non-zero event possibility.
I'm sure they're considering it.
We'll see.
Yeah, they got David Sachs in there. I mean, I'm sure he's thinking about it hard right now.
Well,
how they're going to get to
they probably discussed it.
1 million Bitcoin.
I think there's a better than 50-50 chance they discussed it.
Yes.
Because how can we get there without driving the price through the roof?
And as James from Invest Answer says, every time that Michael Saylor went to the White House, he came out smiling. So who knows?
1, 2, 3. It's Mr. JD. Hey, the OCI and the U.S. government buying a private stock will never happen. Well, we'll see. They're probably going to work it where they don't buy the company necessarily; they buy the coin.
Correct.
And so they're acquiring. It's like them buying gold. There's, the government, I don't think, is prevented from buying gold.
No.
Should they decide, where's the money coming from? That's one of the things.
Yeah.
Where are they going to store it? And what, so there's workarounds and all this stuff. If the government wants to do something, believe me, they'll find a way to do it. Now, trust me, guys, in the long run, it's probably better that the U.S. government owns the Bitcoin than anyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't the Canadian government be smart to do a similar thing?
Yeah.
or any government. And there are ones that are doing it. So they see where the future is. But to help this US government with the debt, and I mean, they're leaders of the free world, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. The better financially stable they are, and that definitely would put them on a good footing with Bitcoin, the better.
Yeah. And I have our first shout out to give from someone.
Oh,
Somebody
wow.
didn't tick the box that says make my name public. Someone bought us 3 coffees and says, love your crypto content. Don't stop. I hope to meet you someday. Be an absolute pleasure. And there's a little box there that if you don't tick it, I don't know what your name is, and I can't give your actual name a shout out. And just so you can see that it's come up there, someone bought 3 coffees.
Maybe that's his name is someone.
Yeah, maybe that's his real name.
Let us
Someone,
know.
or
Let
her
us know.
real
We'll give
name.
you a shout
Someone.
out.
Yeah, someone Jones. And how'd they do it? This QR code right there. That is our buy me a coffee link. So thank you, someone. Much appreciated.
Biggest Chris, if the U.S. government stays out of MicroStrategy, I truly believe MicroStrategy goes much further than 7x by 2030.
I would agree.
Well, you'd need about what? Half a million?
Especially if it gets into the S&P 500 next month.
Yeah, but no, this in 2030 or 5 years, you should have at least 500,000 Bitcoin price, maybe more. So that could very well happen. Vegas Chris has got a point.
Mm.
That's why I see if this were to transpire, we're talking a few months, not a few years for that to happen.
Yeah.
The longer they wait, the reason is, guys, the longer they wait, the higher Bitcoin's going to be.
Yeah.
The more costly it would be to get that share of MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
Richard Woolley, frozen.
Yeah, the cameras do freeze from time to time, folks. Sorry about that, because our laptops are right next to each other on this small coffee table that we have here, dining table. And that'll change once we move into our house. And we've got a pool villa that we're moving into in the next coming couple of weeks. So once we do that, we have a bigger dining table. The laptops will be further apart, because when they're very close, like they are right now, to get Brooke and I in the frame, it does interfere with the Wi-Fi signal. So sorry about that. That'll change once we move.
Timmy P, good day to the CBD gang and everyone. Hoping all is well. It is.
And thank you, Timmy P, for coming on and joining us and being a channel member too.
Terry Fallon, hello, Tim B in Alberta. How's it going? Terry's in Ontario, Bancroft. Alfa Romeo, hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. James had a great video today. Yeah, we watched it, Alpha. Bitcoin is looking promising for August.
Yeah, I would put a Bitcoin price by the end of August. I think we're going to blow past the Bitcoin high of 123.
An all-time high?
Yes, I think we're going to have another all-time high this month leading into September and October. And if I had to put a price on it, I'd say 125.
Wow.
Because I think there's a little bit of a sell wall at 125 and then 150. So I think it will probably hover around the 125 mark for maybe a week to consolidate before the next boost up.
Okay. Opinion. 808 Bear, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Bear, and thank you too for being a channel member.
Terry Fallon, hello, Alpha in Southern Ontario. How you doing with the food munchkin? Richard Woolley, I may sell off half my Misty because it sounds like Misty's days are numbered. Look at no, this again, it's all speculation. If anything in that offer came in, you're likely see Misty jump. Okay. And then you'd look at what do I want to do. But in the meantime, I think we probably have hit the low payout on Misty. I think the payouts going forward are gonna increase. Let's hope. Anyways, if they do simply what they did in the next 2 weeks, they did in the last 2 weeks for the cycle, there you got $1.60 earned. Why wouldn't you pay at least $1.40, $1.50 of that out and sandbag 10 cents?
Yeah. And we have another shout out to give. This time it's from someone yet again. And he says, or she says, sorry, I forgot to add my name. Have another coffee on me. Plus 2 men can't have an odd number of coffee, laughing out loud.
Did he still say someone? He didn't.
Still said someone.
Oh,
he didn't tick the box. See, maybe he hasn't seen the box. It's a little box on the right-hand side. Make my name public and you tick it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can give your name a shout out and say thank you.
Now, what I think going forward, so what am I doing, Richard? I'm dollar cost averaging Currently, I think Ulti's on sale, so I'm adding to my Ulti bag.
Ditto.
I got a big enough Misty bag. That's the only reason. Nothing against Misty at all. It's just I'm a little more diversified with Ulti because of that 30 stocks. Again, with Misty, you're one stock only.
Yeah.
So, but the payouts are good on both of them. They're probably similar as far as your returns. So, I'm not afraid of Misty at all, nor should you be. But that's your call to make. Whether you want to sell half, and
Yeah.
what you do with the money's up to you. I
If
guess.
you made a nice profit, yeah, maybe you want to
Yeah.
be looking at exiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Eat pie. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority has just lifted its ban on crypto exchange traded notes for retail investors since the original ban in 2021. The poor old UK is so far behind the curve.
I saw
We're
that
lucky
news
we
come
don't
out.
live there.
Yeah,
you know?
and exchange traded notes. For those that don't know, what is an exchange traded note? Well, it's not holding the actual crypto. It's buying into a company that invests in crypto. So, for example, Microstrategy, where you don't hold the actual crypto, and they still haven't what's the word I'm looking for? Unbanned the buying of crypto in England. It's just the ETN.
They haven't allowed
Yeah.
the purchase.
Well, they banned it. I think it was in 2021. It was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. They banned it. Said, nope, it's too volatile. You can't buy it.
Well, not
And then
only
they
do
lifted the ban, but only for corporate companies and rich people because they said they understand it better than the common folks.
Yeah, it sounds to me that the land of smiles is pretty crypto friendly.
Well, you can
compared to a lot of the governments on the planet.
You can get BitCub over here, and I have full disclosure. I have BitCub, and I bought some Solana on Bitcoin. On BitCub, I bought $5,000 worth of Solana just to see where it goes, and I'm up nicely now, so I'm happy. And it's tax free over here. You couldn't do that in England. No way, no how. No.
And they don't. It seems to me they don't want you to make any money over there.
Only they want the rich people to make money.
And if you do, they're going to tax the hell out of you.
Yeah.
But then a lot of countries on the planet are like that. El Romeo, hey, Terry, all good here. Can't wait to see you in Thailand soon. There you go. Fellow Canucks, live and learn with Mike. Misty is on sale, boys.
It's still under $20. It's a good buying opportunity. Yeah. If it's under $20, I'm definitely interested.
It's going forward, Bitcoin's on the way up. It'll pull micro with it, and it'll pull Misty consequently. So
I just have a new best friend.
Someone.
Yeah. Someone that bought us another coffee and says, I thought I added my name. Michael Kane. That's his name. Michael Kane. There you go.
Thank you, Michael.
Just tick the box. That's all you have to do is just tick the little box there.
Yeah. Mikey's the
no
man.
problem.
Terry Fallon, Alpha, hopefully it will happen one day. Yeah, Terry.
Yeah.
Mikey D, Brooke, how's the fasting going? Well, hope all is well. It is. I'll be following you with some intermittent fasting soon. Yeah, I think I'm going to fast one day a week.
That's good for your body.
But it won't be Mondays.
Not Mondays.
No, it's Route 66 on Mondays. Yes.
There you go.
Timmy P, greetings, Terry Fallon. Doing well out here in Alberta. Wettest summer we've had in over 10 years. Wow, farmers are over the moon. They would be.
Yeah.
Big crop areas out there. I hope the heat wave has finally broken out your way. So that's good that the farmers are happy. Rick Price, I know you have jet skiing as a sport in Jomtien. Is there any e-foiling there?
Yes.
What's that?
Oh, e-foiling is like the surfboard, and it's got the blade underneath, and they ride above the water. It's big over here.
We saw them a couple. When you were jet skiing, there was guys on those things. Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, and they're really good. They sort of bounce up and down.
Yeah.
And
it looks like they're on a self-propelled surfboard.
Exactly. Yeah. It's really cool. And another thing that's big over here is those ones that the boots you attach to your ankles, and that the hose attaches to a jet ski, and the guy hits the accelerator and you go up in the air.
Okay.
And they're sort of doing acrobatics and stuff. That's big over here too. I'm seeing a lot more people do it. Yeah.
Lots of activities here, put it that way.
Yeah.
Water activities. Mike D, especially if those rumors about XRP are true. What rumors would those be?
I did hear some tidbits about XRP this week, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Sorry. Remind me, Mike.
Last rumor I heard was that supposedly the thing backing XRP is it could be a banking way to bank,
Mhm.
at least transfer funds, let's say, from the big banks. But I don't think the banks are looking at that anymore, which who knows. But anyways, let's see. I don't research it.
Mm.
Vegas Chris, if you hold all your crypto on Coinbase, is there a way to cash it out when I am in Thailand? I understand how I can do with what I have on cold storage, but Coinbase question mark?
You can transfer it to BitCub. Okay.
Yeah.
So you transfer it to BitCub over here in Thailand, and you'll be, oh, there we go, 120. There we go. It's just hit 120,000 and
Nice.
120. It's 130. It's going up. Bitcoin's on a bit of a rampage right now. Good. 174.
It's going
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
sales.
Look at, I mean, if you guys see the screen we're looking at, I'll just pan the camera around so you guys can see. Look how fast that is going over there on this side. It is just going up. And if you look at the, how do I line my finger up? Right there. That green line is just spiking up for Bitcoin right now.
Okay.
Going absolutely crazy.
I think they believe you.
Yeah.
Biggest Chris, I would say the government in the U.S. will track your Coinbase sales, but Coop's point's probably not a bad idea because you can transfer that to say something like BitCub, which I don't believe would necessarily, I mean, you could probably not worry about any crypto gains here, obviously,
Yeah.
on BitCub. So bingo.
Yeah. So you can transfer it from your cold wallet straight onto BitCub. I mean, for example, if you had a cold wallet like a Ledger, for example, you can transfer it directly from Ledger onto BitCub and then sell it on BitCub.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Coinbase would be.
I wouldn't transfer it to Coinbase.
No.
I would keep it in a Ledger and then transfer it over.
Alpha Mail, wouldn't it be a better idea for Sailor to sell the U.S. government and smaller portion of the Bitcoin, something like 250 or 300K?
No.
Yeah,
and the reason for that being is that would then dilute the shareholder price. So if Bitcoin, if say MicroStrategy is at 400 and they sell half their bag to the U.S. government,
continue.
Yeah, that would make their share price $200 because they then have half the value of Bitcoin. Now, the cash that he would get, he would have to go out and buy more Bitcoin with, which means he pays more. It doesn't make any sense.
He's not going to sell half the bag for
he
$400.
No,
he's going to get 3,000. You want any shares or 3,000 shares? Buy as many as you want. You know what I mean? That's what. No, I don't think so, Romeo. He would buy.
That wouldn't make economic sense.
Nah, he'd be selling the whole thing, and the government would want the whole thing, in my opinion. So
yeah, it'd be all or nothing.
Yeah. Nomad Jack and the lovely Pinky. I'm all in for MicroStrategy 7X. Sell it all.
Exactly.
And, so you
just like I think.
Well, I know the institutions would be jumping up and down and sell.
Oh, heck yeah. BlackRock, Fidelity,
They probably only held MicroStrategy
Vanguard
for 3, 4, or 5 years and do a 7X. Hello.
Yeah.
And then, the individual, I'd vote for it. You'd vote for it. Nomad Jack.
Qatar, one of the biggest holders of MicroStrategy.
Over the top.
Exactly.
Yes. Nomad Jack shares votes would put us over the top.
Exactly.
Coop, what's Duke doing these days?
He's back on our channel.
He is. Trump scam coin DJT is accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum as treasury holdings. Scam? Doubtful.
Yeah. And here we go. Bitcoin is now at 120,669. It's jumped
$43.29.
$1,700 since we started this.
XRP is 3 1/4.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking I'd take a little bit off the table at that. Even Solana 184. It's up now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 176, I think, on the last week. But
yeah. So wow.
Yep.
It's on a good run right now. I hope it holds. And while you're answering the next questions, Brooke, I'm just going to check the pre-market and see how that has affected Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, and
Alpha Mayo. This way, Sailor still has skin in the game. well, Saylor is the biggest shareholder and actually controls the voting shares for the company. So basically, what he votes for goes. He's a smart man. He's got a huge pack of like personal Bitcoin, huge
Mhm.
stack. Sorry. So he's going to be okay. I think he would do alpha what's best for the shareholders, and he's taken them pre getting into Bitcoin. I think the shares were $50, $60. He had
Mm.
that offer to buy them at 100
Mhm.
at a premium if they wanted out, because he told them we're going into Bitcoin. And the poor guys that sold probably are kicking their butts now.
Mm.
So he's done well for the shareholder, and
Yeah.
that's the bottom line. So he's a good guy.
And here you go. I have the update, folks, for the pre-market, both for MicroStrategy and Misty. And I said earlier on the stream when we started, MicroStrategy was up $9. It's now up $16.65.
Okay.
So it's up another $7, which is 4.23%. Misty is up 3.13%, still right there, 60% tracking MicroStrategy, and it's up 60 cents. So instead of 30 cents, what we started on the live stream, it's now up 60 cents, opening at 1975 if the current value of Bitcoin holds by the time the market opens. And what's happening to Ulti? It's gone up 1 cent.
Good.
So
Time to
Ulti
buy.
is now at 607.
I don't want Ulti going too high. I want to get in there and more.
So there you go, folks. That's the latest update on the pre-market.
LV Abroad, what about BlackRock Holdings?
BlackRock holds a lot of MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
I think they're like in the top 5 owners
Vanguard's up there,
of
Sailor's up
MicroStrategy.
there. Yeah, there's other companies with CGI or CI, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think BlackRock and all the big ones would say sell. They'd put their vote in, and they get a certain amount of votes per share, and they would be like sell, 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 sell. And I think Michael Saylor would agree.
Yeah. No, man, Jack, shouldn't the sale of MicroStrategy bring the Bitcoin way up? Yeah,
it would bring it up, but here's the question: how far up? I would guesstimate 40% would be my best guess. About 40% spike in the price of Bitcoin.
Bugger all.
Bugger all. That's tens of thousands of dollars, Brooke.
Well, 40% of 100.
I mean, you'd see a God
48,000. That's only 168.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing when Bitcoin's heading to $1 million.
In 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. Question is when.
Mm-hmm.
And the sooner, if I was the government, I'd be buying sooner than later, because every year they wait, that price, goes up.
They're going to be buying at a higher rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I could see it immediately going to double.
You think Bitcoin would be at 240,000?
Easily. Maybe more, so.
Okay. So you got the bear and you got the bull.
Yes, bingo. That makes a market.
I hope you're right.
Shannon Mack, YT deleted my previous comment. YouTube.
Yeah.
Womp womp. How did you gentlemen learn about investing, especially Bitcoin and ETFs? Thank you so much, gentlemen. Just a lot of research, and you kind of have to have it in you. Like you want to, I always been interested in financial markets.
Yeah, and he orange peeled me.
Oh, did we?
You did. You orange peeled me, and it took me a long time, Shannon, before I got into it. Brooke was trying to orange peel me when Bitcoin was at $16,000 a coin. That's when he was trying to orange peel me, and we were neighbors in the Philippines at the time. And he's like, Coop, you want to get into this? You want to get into this? I was like, oh, I don't know. It sounds like a pyramid scheme and all this. And do your research. Do your research. Do your research. Watch this video, this video, this video. And oh my God, I did hundreds and hundreds of hours because it's my life savings, folks, and I didn't want to lose it. And I was like, is this guy senile or what? And I looked into it. I did more and more research, and I think there's actually something to this.
Bingo.
And then I bought in when the ETFs launched in January last year.
Can you say Bingo.
Yeah, I can. I can say thank you too, Brooke. That's how I got into it.
Richard Woolley, without MicroStrategy, there is no more Misty, right?
No, not necessarily, Richard, because I think if the U.S. government was to buy MicroStrategy, that Misty would then just swap over to maybe and doing the same with the ETFs, the Bitcoin ETFs, or maybe 21 Shares, Jack Muller's company that wants to buy Bitcoin forever. There'd be another option for them. I don't think they just kill Misty.
No. Just so we're clear, Richard, if let's say MicroStrategy was sold today, deal done, out, you would receive whatever the net asset value of Misty back that day. So it's currently at what, $19?
1975
That's the
right now.
value of each share. That's
Yeah.
not projecting they got to make this much, or you know how some companies, well, Jesus, their net asset value on the books is $10, but the shares are trading at 25. Well, you ain't going to get 25 if something happened. If it bingo, it's done. Unless the offer was 25 a share.
Well, the net asset value currently on Misty is $5.7 billion.
That's assets under management.
Yes.
Okay. Look at you don't worry about it's not going away. It's just the ability for YieldMax to earn income on MicroStrategy goes away. So their money's sitting there. The assets under management will still be there.
Yeah.
You got so many million shares. You got so many, billions of dollars, but we got nowhere to put it. Oh, Coop's right. We'll find something else to invest in.
Yeah.
And you decide whether you want in or out. Otherwise, you take your money.
Yeah.
Biggest Chris, James has everyone believing that Sol is far superior than ETH. Be careful.
Yeah, it is in a lot of ways. It's the fastest chain. He's absolutely right, James. It is the fastest chain volume out there. It has the most volume. It beats ETH hands down in all the metrics. However, there's just more interest in ETH than there are in Sol. That's what it boils down to.
Started thanks to Tommy Lee. But
yeah.
I'm not worried. And big part is I followed James long enough, Biggest Chris, to trust him implicitly. I find there's so much FUD on YouTube videos or people that maybe they have good faith in what they say, but they don't have a clue what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? James has done research, 30 years in the business, knows shit. And, his idea is, listen, you don't need 30 stocks. He's like 4. And you go hard, you go heavy. What's his diversification? AI and crypto. Basically when you come down to it. What's crypto? Bitcoin, MicroStrategy. Tesla's obviously his AI play.
Yeah.
Then he dabbles a bit in, small Nvidia, Mara. OG Vumbu. Where do CBDC central banks fall here? Wow, that's you want to stay away from.
Yeah. And they are in the process of passing a law to say there can not be any central bank digital currencies.
They're going to ban it in the U.S.
They're going to ban it in the U.S.
Europe, they're trying to put it in. I think in the EU.
By the end of this year.
Yeah. And the problem with CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, they want to issue that, replace the fiat paper money they print. So everyone will be using this. That way they track everything. And if they don't like what you're buying with that, say crypto, they don't let you buy. They freeze your account.
Exactly.
If they need more money, what's to say they don't take it from you?
And the president just signed an executive order last year that banks can no longer debank you because you're invested in crypto.
So the U.S. is still the land of the free enterprise, let's say. But no, CBDCs, maybe the governments like the concept. And why? Because they can control you.
Yes.
And China has tried it. Nobody wanted it, so we'll see. It's yet to be
and our next shout out goes to Shannon Mack, who bought 3 coffees and says, as always, my hubby and I appreciate you. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge, even though I don't know many of the investing terms you use. But you make it fun and interesting. Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you, Shannon, and your husband for the 3 coffees. Much appreciated. We try and break it down in terms that you guys can understand, layman terms. And if you're not sure, ask us in the comments and we'll break it down even further for you.
True story, and he's
Oh my
here.
God, stop, Brooke. Bitcoin is now at 121,220. It's going up even further.
Okay.
It's gone up big time. It's gone up $2,200 since we started the live stream.
We have good friends of ours, and you know, oh, I don't know that Bitcoin, it's a scam. And talk to his advisor. I don't think he's a very cautious fellow. And he kept his money in GICs, money markets, and like the security of it, eh? And so we sent him some research to do, and and then yield max came up. We sent him that. Well, he thought that didn't sound like a bad idea, but how can they make this much money? Well, here's what you look at to see how they earn. And I says, by the way, talk to your financial advisor who you trust, been with him for years.
Yeah.
What he recommends. The financial advisor does the checking for him. He does a bit, but he relies on this financial guy. The financial advisor calls him back. Jesus, there is something there. Initially when he said, oh no, that can't be that high, and then said to look into it. So the advisor came back. God, there is something there. In fact, I think I'm going to be looking into investing in them too. The money
that was funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious because and obviously he went into it, pretty good into MISTY and Alti, and even Bitcoin he's looking at now. So,
and then I got a story for you too, Brooke. My sister Julie and I, we were on a cruise ship earlier this year, going from South America over to Europe, transatlantic cruise. And I've been trying to get her into it for like a year now.
Sure.
And she's got a financial advisor in Austin, Texas, and he keeps on saying, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." Only if you're a multimillionaire would I advise you to get into it. And when I showed her my portfolio on the cruise ship, she was absolutely blown away. I said, "You want to fire your financial advisor? Look where it is, look where it's going, and look who's at the US government, at all the people that are crypto friendly right now, and where do you think they're going to push it, over the next 4-year presidential term?" I said, up to you. You want to stay and get a 4% return on your money per year, or you want to get 30% return on your money per year.
Yeah,
on average.
The S&P is done close to 14% average annual return over the last 10 years. So that's what I would tell anyone, to compare your returns with your investment advisor to that benchmark, it's called. And very few investment advisors outperform the S&P.
Yes.
Meaning very few outperform 14% a year.
Unless your name's Nancy Pelosi.
Well, yeah, she's the best investor on the planet.
Exactly.
Made a ton. But so, yeah, that's the way to look at it. These yield max funds, I don't know any paying as low as that. So you're getting an average annual return even better than that S&P. Obviously with a bit more risk possibly, but given long enough time, like Bubba's got his money back, I think, in a year and a half. So the rest is all gravy.
We're going to speed this up.
Coop, you'll be happy with Alti. Knowing how much you are with these stocks, I'm sure you've done a great deal of research. Great choice.
I did. I invested in the Alti, Mike, for the simple reason is I want some weekly dry powder. In other words, I want weekly money that I can have on the sidelines ready to buy the dips, rather than waiting once a month to buy the dips, because the dips can happen at any given notice. Bad news in the economy, the job figures are way out, stocks go down, great time to buy, and it happens periodically.
Nice having a weekly check. Hey, Terry Fallon, Coop, can't wait to see your pool villa video. Sounds good.
Okay, you'll be seeing it shortly.
Tommy Lee, just to let you know, you can't mine ETH anymore. You can't mine it because they went proof of stake on September. Correct. Yeah, can't mine it. Used to be able to. Timmy P, if the Canadian government had half a brain, they would purchase and build our own energy corridors. Correct. Sell shares so we in this country could invest in them. Good idea. Now there's an investment for my money. They're not financially attuned, these idiots in power in Canada, and
and he used to be the head of the Bank of England. So
well,
where's his head now? That's what I'm wondering. Mine, not mine.
Tommy Lee. Mine. Rodney, good morning, Coop, Darlene, Brooke. Good morning, Rodney.
Good morning, Rodney, and thank you for being a channel member, and welcome to the live stream.
Made a big mistake with Coney, thinking Coinbase would go up with all the announcements of Stapleton and the government.
Stable coin, he means, yeah.
Coinbase has dropped, and that's probably pulled down your Coney.
But,
yeah. It'll rebound.
They should do, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, as Bitcoin goes, Coney should track some, or Coinbase, and then Coney pull it along. Rick Price, but maybe there's faster horses, so that's what you got to look at.
Yeah.
Rick Price, it went down 25% after the earnings announcement. Richard Woolley, it's up a little now, Rick Price.
Yeah, it is. All of it is up today, yeah.
Coop, did you get any of that SMC you were talking about? You were looking at that.
I still am.
Okay.
And I'm going to buy it. It's just I'm waiting for the right price. I think there's going to be a little bit of a dip in it, and when it is, that's when I want to get in.
Yep. Okay.
I'm liking Simsi.
There's
I really
your
am.
answer.
They paid $1.80 on their last dividend payment.
Yeah.
So fantastic
Super
return.
microcomputer.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. No, I'm researched it. Timmy P. Hey Terry, you missed my post to you above. Stinking rocket. If I continue to drip, January 1, 2027, 37,000 alties.
Yeah.
Well, there's a pretty good payment each week.
Oh yeah, very good payment.
At 10 cents, he's talking 3,700 a week.
Exactly.
Wowzer. Nice rocket. Mike D, have you guys been to the Three Mermaids?
Several times,
yeah,
yes.
That seems like a nice place to take a date at sunset. It is pretty sweet there. A lot of cool places like that in Thailand. Yeah, you'll find more when you're here.
It's a nice restaurant. It's very picturesque.
Yep.
So your date will love taking pictures there, selfies and everything else, posting it on her Instagram account or Facebook. But the food, a little bit pricey. You're paying for what you get there.
Yeah, it's atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yep.
But great for a date. Yeah.
Robert Pierpont, one reason anyone pushes any crypto like Bitcoin or any stock is a pump and dump. Well, we're not. We're pumping, but we ain't dumping.
No.
So you buy and give the market the liquidity needed for some whales to get out without cash crashing the price before they are out. Robert's got a point. There is manipulation in the market.
Yes.
I think big time in Solana.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin a little bit. Maybe it's getting less and less. XRP, I believe it. Ethereum, I believe they're, you're manipulated. And
yeah,
they want to keep the prices
down so they can stack their bags even more. Yeah.
I think Binance is big for that. So if you're with Binance, maybe get out. Terry Fallon, I saw it. Tim P, thanks very much. Hope we all get to Thailand and meet one day. I'm sure you will, boys.
Yeah, make the group even bigger.
Rick Price, huge drop in SimC on August the 6th. Ooh, Coop, you might have had an entry point.
Yeah, I got to wait
Mark
till
Schaefer, there's Marcus. We met him at the pool yesterday.
Yeah, nice guy.
Good morning, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. Great meeting you all yesterday at the pool. Good meeting you, Mark.
Thank you for coming over and saying hello. Very nice gentleman. He kept quiet and just listening to us the whole time. But yeah,
Texas
nice guy.
Boy. Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
He's here for a month. Never been to Thailand before. Going to try it for a month, see how it is, and then maybe go back and sell up and come back.
He'll probably still come on. Oh, I wish I was back in Thailand. Miss you
It'll
guys.
be another one, yeah. And thank you, Mark Schaefer, for being a channel member too.
Terry Fallon, to all the Canadian subs, elbows up. Wish you all a great life where you are. Yeah. What's Duke doing these days? Them's fighting words. Not all of us Canucks are retarded. No, they don't use that word. Mentally challenged. Timmy P. Terry Fallon, most definitely. I'm looking forward to it and giving Alfa Romeo a run for his money on the track.
Everybody tries.
Yeah.
Everybody does try. I got to give it that.
But he's kind of light. That maybe helps.
1 hour, 25 minutes. We've got 5 minutes left, folks.
Robert Pierpont, I take any stock people on social media or YouTube or even people on Fox Business or CNBC that hold a stock and all. Yeah, a lot of that happens.
Yeah.
Pushing their own bags. Johnny, I would like to wish you all non-Canadians a great life as well.
And thank you, John.
I'll be abroad. Just confiscate Russia's oligarchs' Bitcoin when they put on sanctions. There you go. Logan C. Hey, studs, hit the like button. Make Johnny smile. I will show up at Route 66 in my orange Speedo.
Oh, no, thank you.
Johnny Poulos, I think it would be better for Bitcoin holders if the U.S. buys it on the open market. Well, sure.
Of course.
Otherwise, it could flatten the growth. If the U.S. governments get their full bag, how would the price track after that?
Because all the sovereign wealth funds and governments around the world, including Germany, have come out. They sold their bag last year. They said if the U.S. government buys, we have to
go back in.
Yeah, they have to get back
even
in.
At if they get to 1 million coins in the U.S., it's only 5% of the total issuance.
Yeah,
so it's not like you'd be controlling. But Blakester Drums, I know Brooke isn't a fan of MSTX at 2x on MicroStrategy, but if this all happens, wouldn't the same apply to MSTX and it's 35 a share?
It should do, yes. All the companies that like MSTW and MISTY and MS2, all of them would have an initial gain in share price value if the U.S. government wanted to buy MicroStrategy. They would all have that initial pump.
Yeah, I'd be careful on those. I don't think you'd participate from the 400 to the 2,000-3,000 a share.
No,
a day it's announced, so you'd get your money back probably, but there might be a spike up initially, but it would create a bit of turmoil. Blake Drums and Plady and Hui are doing fantastic. Net asset value and dividends. Okay. Yeah, I took a picture of them, Blake.
Yeah, Plady's another good one I like.
Terry Fallon, hey, Tim P, let's give him a Canadian double team on the track.
Bang!
Willie Gilligan, so happy you guys are on top of this one. We know who they get their dollars come from, our slush funds for these special projects. Marty says, time to spread the wealth. Get on this now or cry later.
Because you missed out. Yeah.
Jimmy P, sounds like a plan, Terry. Terry Fallon, Coop, if the wife and I get to Thailand, we will bring the steaks for the barbecue.
Sounds like fun. Yeah, I'm going to be having barbecues at my house on a regular basis when we move. And some of our closest friends will be invited to come over and join us in the barbecue.
Maybe I'll get an invite.
No, you're happy I'm leaving.
Okay.
You're going to be the last person that gets an invite. We'll give you an invite for Christmas.
We're going to have a big party when you're gone.
No, we're going to give you an invite for Christmas this year.
That'll be good. I'll be there.
No, you won't. You'll be in Australia.
Oh, even better. Even better. Rick Price, the UK may be behind the times, but they've had pie way before everyone else. Yes, good pie. Willie Gilligan, so what do you chaps think of silver and gold? Probably okay. It looks like we're going to have blast off to the ozone, so I want to turn over as much as this could be what's not to cry about. Yeah, gold and silver should do okay.
Yeah.
Better than probably the holding paper money.
Exactly. And I think that Bitcoin is going to outperform both of them this year.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Terry Fallon at Tim P, we're an extended heat wave with no rain up there. Scary for wildfires. Wow. Mike D, I was saying earlier that I believe the meme coins will all go away as regulation happens. Yeah, good on them. I also think XRP will, especially if the rumors are true. I'd rather stick with Ulti and Misty. Yeah.
Those are two good ones. Ulti, Misty, and Plady are my favorites.
Are they?
Right now.
Oh,
yeah, well, 3 favorites.
I believe in freedom. Good morning, guys. What do you guys think is better to buy right now, Tesla or Ulti? Like always, thank you.
For now, I would say Ulti. By the end of the year, I'll be looking to get into Tesla.
Yeah.
And the reason for it being is when the robots come out, I think that's going to be a game changer for Tesla shareholders.
Yeah. Okay. I was promoting Bitcoin, as Coop said, back when it was 16. Wasn't into Tesla. I'm into Tesla, and you should be too. As much as I was promoting Bitcoin the last 2.5 years, Tesla is the new AI play. So definitely get your Tesla. Now, to answer the question specifically, if you need monthly income, Ulti's great, and it will hold some Tesla in there. But if you can just sit and wait for over 2-3 years, Tesla. Sorry. Oh, he said Tesla. Sorry, that's the monthly payer. So you are looking for income. I'd go with Ulti.
Yeah.
Tesla's a one stock only. It'll be good. Don't get me wrong, but I like the diversification in Ulti. My
Yeah.
mistake. I misread.
1 hour 30.
Rick Price, if I held MISTY ETF in a taxable U.S. brokerage account, would it be counted as digital currency by the IRS for tax filing every year? No, not a digital currency. It's you'll get a slip from the brokerage, which indicates, hey, here's how much you made. This part is return of capital. This part is income. Your accountant will do it. Yeah. Mr. Nutt, my opinion, Trump is pushing Bitcoin knowing that others will want to beat the U.S. to it. The prices will go up and Trump will sell his shares, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
I don't think he's going to sell his Bitcoin shares. I mean, he bought, what was it, $2 billion worth of Bitcoin?
They'll probably buy and hold.
Yeah.
Robert Pierpont and Rick Price, you get taxed on MISTY the same as any short-term gain. It's treated as normal income.
Except for ULTI. ULTI you do not get taxed on until you sell it because it's considered a return of capital. So currently,
yeah, that only goes up.
It only goes up. It only goes up when you only pay tax when you sell the shares, but the return of capital, you're not paying any tax on it.
Well, let's not get too carried away with that. Return of capital caps at 100%.
Yes.
Once you get 100% of your capital back,
then you have to pay tax on it.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
But until then, no.
Mike D, I heard September was voted the cheapest month in Thailand. Maybe. Tommy Lee, the Tominator, MISTY's at 1975. Okay.
Yeah, it's going up. It's good.
Today. W Secrets. Hi, gents. Why would you have to sell your digital currency on Coinbase if you're living overseas? Just use a VPN to access the platform and you can buy, sell like being in the States. I think he was referring to
transferring it out of
maybe getting
the US
free
over to Thailand.
Somehow distribution, let's call it.
Yeah. And Rich Rice has become our newest channel member with a badge next to his name for only $2 a month.
Wow,
thank you, Rich. Much appreciated.
Michael Kane, I have all the cryptos y'all do, but XRP also. I do a lot of research. XRP is going to be huge. There's another Dandy Don here.
Yes, you and Don will get along great.
But love y'all, and let's make tons of money. I have 120K in Alti also. Well, good on you.
Yeah, well done.
That'll get you a lot of income. Timmy P, at Terry Fallon, unfortunately, our country is so vast and the government's forest management is like literally non-existent. He's talking about Canada. Yeah. It will only get worse before it gets better.
Okay, folks, say your goodbyes. We're over 1 hour 30, so we got to wrap this up. We're going to be late for breakfast.
Michael Kane getting 2,000 a week in Alti. Good.
Nice.
Stinking Rocket. Don't know. Microstrategy is going to sell the government. Don't know. By all the strife, and strike bonds too. Yeah. That it'd be looked after. Richard Woolley. That's a hell of a good job, Michael Kane. I got $1,000 on Friday, but we're always happy. Yeah. Stacks Bitcoin. You guys need to stop listening to James. ETH is the king.
Everybody's got their favorite horse.
You think Eric Trump and the Trump family are pumping ETH just because? No.
They're pumping both,
Stacks Bitcoin. I keep hitting enter before finishing. Love you guys, but ETH is going to lead the charge. Okay. I'm a very logical, albeit an a-hole type of person. No. So I say this. I trust liars to lie and crooks to crook. This is the current president. So if the Trump pulls this off, it only benefits his friends.
Well, it'll benefit all of us that are in Bitcoin and MicroStrategy.
Yeah. Alchemist, Bitcoin, and go fishing. Correct. Yeah, pretty simple. Richard Woolley, geez, that Bitcoin's on fire.
It is.
Yeah, 121.4. Bitcoin's on a run, JE says. Look at the influence those orange shirts are having on the market today. Orange shirts for everyone.
And hopefully, JE will see you on the next bike ride this Thursday.
Yep. Extra Drums, with the growing popularity of this Monday stream, might want to consider adding a half hour on the front end like Bitcoin. I see this Monday stream headed to the moon.
We'll see.
We'll see. Alchemist, Trump is about to collapse the entire world economy by Bitcoin. No, I don't think so. Jeff Trio, Brooke, you convinced me. I'm putting 10 grand into MicroStrategy and watch it grow. That's probably not a bad idea, guys.
Yeah.
Terry Fallon, thanks again, gents. See you next time.
And take care, Terry.
Robert Pierpont, the Qs have beaten the spider. Yeah, he's right on that. And the Qs is tech focus, which it is. And what are we in the age of? Tech. So he's got a good
triple
point.
Q, and MicroStrategy is currently in the triple Q.
S&P is for people a little more conservative.
Yeah.
Okay, Vegas Chris, as always, thanks for the alpha. You two share every week. Best crypto advice on YouTube. That 70 thumbs up. with 140. Watch.
What?
Jesus, it better be more than that. Hit that like button, make everyone smile.
Yeah,
Correct.
so we're on the way out. So pound that like button before you go.
It helps the algorithm, guys.
Malcolm
Malcolm Hawkins says, "Uru," and I wonder what Bitcoin will be worth this time tomorrow.
Good question.
Maybe a new all-time high. No. Alchemist, Bitcoin,
LFG.
F and G.
Yeah.
Mike D, when you look at an ETF, what's the first thing you look at in order to consider buying?
Okay.
How they make money.
How they make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me.
And how much cash they have as well.
Live and learn with Mike. Another great live stream. Thank you.
And thank you, Mike.
Alchemist, the train has left the station.
It certainly
Rick
has.
Price laughing out loud. Jesus, that's Cooper. That guy, he's got you in there.
That's me with
That's
a beard.
AI for you. Oh, that other one. Yeah, good on you, Rick. Nice.
Somebody did one of you on last live stream. Now they're doing one of me.
Twins. Jesus, you're getting a bit of comedy here. Robert Pierpont. No Alti is 70-30 return on capital, but that's per month for their taxes. We won't know the 2% till year end, correct?
Yeah.
Richard Woolley, thanks, guys. Enjoy your brekkie.
Thank you. And last comment goes to
Johnny Poulos. Thanks, guys. The Malacca.
Thank you, guys. And Bitcoin is now finished the day. Since we started the live stream an hour and 37 minutes ago, it's gone up $2,600.
Yeah.
So there you go. Bitcoin's on a good run right now as we speak. And let's see, did we hit the magic number, Brooke? What do you think? Did we hit the 100 thumbs up?
We'll make it.
Yeah, we got to check and see. If you haven't done it, pound it right now.
Yeah, that thumbs up, and we'll get to that 100. Helps the algorithm.
Yeah, and let's just check on the TV. Refresh, done, and 89.
Okay,
11 short.
Come on, let's do the 100.
Come on, guys, pound
Okay.
it. Only 11 more. Neelix says, have a great day, guys. Thank you for all the info, and you too. And thank you all for coming on and join us on Money Matters Monday. Stay tuned for Wednesday and Saturday, where our YouTube channel talks about everything
Come
Thailand.
to Thailand and live the life.
Yeah. Until then, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you all. Stay
safe.
tuned.